In this video, we're going to show you exactly how to use Replo A/B testing and how you can start setting up tests really quickly without having to leave the app. The experiment we're going to run today is the most common first test that people using Replo conduct, and that's testing a Replo listicle against the homepage that they already have on Shopify. To get started, we're going to go over and click the experiment button, which is going to take us to our experiment configuration screen. We'll go ahead and name this. All right, after we've named it, we're going to create our Replo testing link. And to do so, we're going to go ahead and click this box and hit create new link. By default, Replo uses reploedge.com as the testing link domain. Customers never actually see this URL because we split the traffic instantaneously. If you do feel like you want to have a custom domain for your testing link, you can simply click on this button and hit add custom domain and go through the steps to add your own testing link domain. We're going to go ahead and configure the rest of this testing link. The first thing that we'll cover is the group name. And group name is simply a way to organize this. So for this, we're just going to go ahead and call this Cola and hit create. And then we're going to configure the slug, which is the last part of the URL, which we'll call Cola 1000. We'll hit the create link. And just like that, we've created our testing link. The most important thing that I will tell you about the testing link is that this is reusable. When we finish this test, we can actually end the test and direct the traffic that's going to this current URL to the winning variant. And then after we're done, we can actually start a new test and drive traffic to the same testing link. If you use ads or email marketing to drive traffic to this testing link, you don't have to go change that URL. This prevents you from getting into the learning phase again or having to go update your link in a bunch of different places. Now that we've covered reusable links, let's go ahead and configure the rest of this test. We are going to split traffic between a listicle and the homepage. For the listicle, I'm going to name variant A listicle, and I'm going to name variant B home. We already have the listicle URL here, and we can simply grab our homepage URL, come in here, and add our custom URL. We have added both of our testing links. If you want to add a description, you can, but you can scroll back to the top and hit start test. In order for you to actually drive traffic to this page, you're going to copy this link, and then you can use it in Ads Manager. I'm actually going to show you exactly how you can use it right now. You can copy the link if you haven't done so already. You can come over to Facebook Ads Manager. We've already configured this ad, and then we've pasted in our testing link. As we stated earlier, customers won't see this. We've split the traffic instantaneously, and you can set your own display link to match your branding so you don't have to set up a custom domain when you are configuring a test. It's important to mention that when a customer visits your testing URL and they get sent to one of your testing variants, they get cookied. Whenever they go back to that same link, that same ad, that same email, they will continue to get that version served to them. The experience will stay consistent for that individual. You can preview this by clicking the button here. You can see I got this version of this test. I will continue to get this because I've been cookied. One other thing to mention quickly is that Replo actually persists the UTMs. So if you use UTM parameters to track specific campaigns, ad sets, ads, etc., that UTM will get applied to whichever variant URL that the traffic is going to. So you can be confident that the data that you're collecting and measuring is accurate. Okay, so we've let the test run for a couple weeks, and as you can see here, our listicle significantly outperformed our homepage control. So we can go ahead and confidently call that a winner. And in order for us to end test, we simply go over to the end test button. And we're going to say variant listicle wins, hit next. And because variant listicle is the one that won, we want all of the traffic that is already going to the testing link to continue going to our winner, which is the listicle. So we'll hit this and we'll hit end and direct traffic. And that is the end of your first test. Now, as we mentioned before, that is not the end of testing. This is where you just get started. Let's go back into your projects and go into some of the pages you built. Let's say, for example, that your marketing team suggested a couple of different tests to run. The first test that they wanted to run is changing some of the copy. So what do? You come over to Replo, you right click the page, you hit duplicate, and you create a landing page that has different copy. So we've actually already used Replo AI to update the copy. And you can see if we scroll around that we've asked it to be a little bit sassier and a little bit punchier. And it's done that relative to like some of our longer form original copy. So we've got a copy change version. But our marketing team also said, hey, what if we change some of the colors on our hero image? So what do again? Right click, duplicate, and then we go into another version where we update some of the colors to green, we change the hero image, and now we have 3 distinct versions of our landing page that we can test. As we did before, we're going to go over and click the test button, and this is going to be Cola 3-way test. As I mentioned before, you can reuse the testing links. Since we finished that last test, we're going to go ahead and find that same link. There's Cola 1000. You can see the group name and the slug match, and we're going to make sure everything is set. So for the first one, we're going to do the listicle. So we'll search for listicle, and we'll label this listicle. For the second one, we're going to do the copy, and we'll search for our copy page. And then we're going to add a third variant, and for this, we're going to do color, and we shall search for color. All right, we've got our 3 variants. Replo is splitting the traffic. If you need to manually override the splits, you have the ability to do so, but we're going to leave this evenly split as much as possible for now and go ahead and hit save and start test. Now, as I mentioned before, because we are using the same testing link, we do not have to copy and paste a new experiment link. We can use the same one. And if you already have ads running, you can go ahead and keep them running. There's no need for you to launch new ads and launch new campaigns, go back into the learning phase. You can keep things running and continue to have your ads optimized without you having to lift a finger. Let's go ahead and fast forward a couple weeks and see if we have a winner. We've come back after a couple weeks and the tests are astonishing. Our color variant absolutely smashed it out of the park and had the most conversions, the most revenue, and the highest conversion rate. So we're going to go ahead and call it for our color variant. And as we did before, we're going to go ahead and end test. And I'm going to say the color variant wins. And we're going to direct all the traffic to the color variant. We have successfully run our first couple of tests inside of Replo. We've been able to duplicate our pages and make the iterative changes required to get more and better results over time. And we've shown you exactly how you can use Replo's reusable experiment links inside of your ads and other marketing touchpoints so that you don't have to constantly be updating URLs while you run tests. We hope that this has been an informative video. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support via the chat widget or by emailing us at support@replo.app. And we cannot wait to see what you test.